open to the world I see before me. I opened up the dream that once was inside, and I unleashed the power that I hold inside. No darkness can hold me, no light can hold me back. I am the crash in the ether, I am the power of my path. Secrets are bound to me by time and space alone. The gift of the gods is now untold. I walk through the door, and I see the power inside. Light this world on fire, and set my world alive. I am the storm, I am the light. In the shadows I ignite. With every breath I claim my throne. In this world I stand alone. Let the power rise, let it flow. Through the darkness let it glow. I am the force, I am the key. Unlocking dreams, setting them free. Now I take a deep breath, and I say with my final breath, I have the power. Let the power grow in me. Let the power shine in me. Let the unknown be seen. Let the dream awaken and the destiny unfold. Let the power grow, and now it be untold. Let the future be in my hands, as I guide those who come to me. The power that I have to give is their truth. I am the storm, I am the light. In the shadows I ignite. With every breath I claim my throne. In this world I stand alone. Let the power rise, let it flow. Through the darkness let it glow. I am the force, I am the key. Unlocking dreams, setting them free. As I look through the windows of worlds I have seen. From the darkest of the depths to the highest of the light, we see the power that I show is only that of love. I give you all of my strength. I give you all of my courage. Let the freedom fly in me, for the freedom is now reborn. Let the sacred circle open, let the world now be born. Hold my future now, for I dream of what I hold. I give you all the path you need, and now the future is untold. As I see the path before me and connect the lines of life to you. Open doors, open to the world I see before me. I opened up the dream that once was inside, and I unleash the power that I hold inside. No darkness can hold me, no light can hold me back. I am the crash in the ether, I am the power of my past. Secrets are bound to me by time and space alone. The gift of the gods is now untold. I walk through the door and I see the power inside. Light this destiny unfolds. Let the power grow, and now it's beyond souls. Let the future be in my hands, as I guide those who come to me. The power that I have to give is the true destiny. I am the storm, I am the light. In the shadows I ignite. With every breath I claim my throne. In this world I stand alone.
Unseen whispers in the night, revealing secrets hidden from sight. With ancient wisdom I'll ignite the flames of truth burning so bright. Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mysteries, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain. Unseen whispers in the night, revealing secrets hidden from sight. With ancient wisdom I'll ignite the flames of truth burning so bright. Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mysteries, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain. Unseen whispers in the night.
Good morning and happy Monday. Happy Labor Day to everybody here in America. As you can see now, I have a new camera over here, guys. So the sign camera is real, guys. So if you guys want to see more of the sign camera and stuff like that, and as you can see, a little bit more of me facing forward for you as well. And the card camera is awakened and alive as well. I can't tell you and express to you that this weekend was incredibly powerful. Me helping some friends of mine get back on track and helping them go through some of the things that they needed to be able to help them with. Now, hey, there's one of my Twitch sons there in Twitch land, someone I do help every once in a while, here and offline as well, but that's between him and me, so we'll keep that there and just be happy that you're here with us right now today. D, welcome into the stream. I really do appreciate it. Prophet is in the house today. Like I said, incredibly powerful weekend of realization that my path and everything that I've been doing up to this point, as I am now only a couple days away from my actual birthday. My birthday is on the 8th of September. We're going to be celebrating Friday. So if you guys want to be a part of the birthday celebration, it's on Friday. So we'll be doing it from 9 until maybe 2 o'clock, depending on how I feel and stuff on my birthday and stuff like that on the 6th. Because I want to go enjoy my birthday weekend because on Saturday, September 7th, there's an event here in Minnesota called Pagan Pride that I try to attend every year, and I haven't been back for a while, especially as this person who has come full circle in accepting his destiny and everything that have been trying to reach in my life. The goals that I set when I was an 8-year-old boy have finally been met 100%. Everything that I saw happen to me has happened now. So where do I go from here is finding that new future of surprise that gets to be the surprise of the last little bit of my life. To truly live in happiness and peace, not to have expectation, to allow that to just happen to me. So, and even in my own path, things are crescendoing and coming to that open-minded moment of that I understand what my path is, what my life purpose is. I know what I'm here to do. I know what I'm here to help people with. I know what I'm capable of. I know my strengths, my weaknesses. I know what I'm working on and what I still have yet to work on. I know where my ego is at in between the magical, mundane, and the physical, mental, spirituals of my life. I am planning to start doing some classes for people. I'm going to be starting what I call the 5 Paths Coven. I'm going to be looking for 13 people here in Minnesota who can be an in-person coven. It won't be an online coven, but it could be also an online thing as well. I haven't yet determined how I want to do that yet, but I do want to start to build my coven. And I want to start teaching the lessons that I learned to other people to help them get to the point where they can live the life like I have, a destined life that had purpose and meaning and what you were here to do, but still live in the free will of it all. And that's what it's about, accepting those promises and those acceptance of yourselves and accepting of your path. When you truly know what you're here to do and you're living the life that you're supposed to be living, it seems like everything else doesn't matter anymore. Everything else falls into place for you, and you don't have to worry about things anymore. And as we all start to find our way back to that place where we've always knew we would end up someday. Some of us get to reach it sooner. Some of us don't get to reach it at all. And some of us wander their whole lives without ever finding even the smaller bits of it. But their lives are not any less or important than anybody else's. Everyone has their own way. And because of things that happen to us, experience, because the world works the way it does, in perfect balance of good and evil, magical and science, and it's all that balance. It's every aspect of balance. It's we are the what you would call the alpha timeline here of balance, true balance. Not one more powerful than the other. Good has a little bit more stronger hold here than evil does, but that's because of the way we choose to view good and evil, not because it's just a part of our universe, Whereas, and like I said, this weekend I did, like yesterday, if you were a part of it, I hope you were a part of it, but every Wednesday, for the foreseeable future, I'm going to be doing a Psychic Wednesday reading, pure, unadulterated, tapped in intuition, no numbers, no nothing. You ask 3 questions per reading, and that's all you get, And you can ask whatever question you want: past life, future life, destined life, where you're at, what you want to know, why you do certain things, the way you do certain things. So I'm going to be starting to do that, guys. So it's going to be, Wednesday I'm going to do it on a Wednesday because I feel like in the middle of the week would be a good way to break up from tarot readings to doing the other thing. And so we'll be doing tarot readings Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, the normal way we do it, but Wednesday will be a special day to come get something a little bit different. I'm allowing myself to use a gift that I promised myself I wouldn't use until I knew I was at this point here in my life, because it is so powerful. It is so life-changing what I can do with this gift that if I misuse it in the wrong way, I could damage people. So I have to make sure people understand what that is all about. You know? I'm doing good, Shadow Sam Tarot. Welcome in, first time chatter. Welcome in, fellow reader. Welcome into my reading room. You know, it's good to see you. Welcome in and welcome to my reading room. My name is first. Let me introduce myself, guys. I am Joshua Bleasy. I am the unknown prophet of Twitch. I do daily tarot readings between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. I use my custom-made, homemade deck that I created and designed from a spiritual lesson that I learned. And I created this deck to help me learn about choice, change, and how to find the best possible timeline for you. Is the ad over yet? Is the ad over yet? Is the ad over yet? Hey guys, it is September. That's right, September. 30% off of your favorite streamer. If you don't even do it with me, find your favorite streamer and support them this month above all other months. Do it on the non-mobile app and you'll save even more money. Okay, I do want to say that right now the mobile Twitch app is ass. Okay, go on to your browser and do your subscriptions that way. Your streamer will thank you and your pocketbook will thank you even more. Okay, so that's the only caveat there. Or get Turbo or get something else to take the ads away, or use your Prime sub or what you'd like to use. Remember, guys, you know. And like I said, I created this homemade deck, and my only goal is to set your world on fire and set your world ablaze, to put you on a more positive path, to find that timeline, that destiny that you've always wanted to find, and to find your purpose, to find your path, to find your way forward. I put you on the path, but I expect you to live the life that you said you wanted to live. I put the future back in your hands. Of course you can. Exclamation point joy. You can get a quick read real quick. Not a problem. That's what I'm here to do. I'm just kind of introducing myself to you. We do things a little bit differently here, Shadow. So let me explain how things do work here. I ask you to help me choose some numbers here. I ask you to pick your shuffle amount, 1 through 10. So whatever you want to choose, 1 through 10, I shuffle that many times. Okay? And then I ask you to pick a second set of numbers, 1 through 52. That's where your answers will be in my deck. I ask you, if you want to ask me a question about something you would like to know, just make it as simple as possible so I can understand it. If you want a general reading, then I will give you a general reading. I am going to warn you, I am brutally honest, blunt as hell. I do not hold back. I will do whatever it takes to put you on a more positive path going forward, but I can only do so much. So you have to be able to work with me on that sometimes too. Right, Marshall? Or other people out there and everybody else out there who's been a part of my streams for a while now. I expect you to do the work. And that's what I expect from you. I will help you find your best day ever. That is my promise. So with that, when you're ready, throw me your numbers and your question and let's get to it. EP Boy, you're first on track. If you want a reading too there, Shadow Sam Tarot, just exclamation point join and get in the list. I take everyone in order and I go as long as I feel like they need to hear what they need to hear. So okay, and I'm getting my cards already set up. As I do a cleansing shuffle before any and all readings to cleanse them of any past readings. These guys are incredibly good, and I will always use my full intuitive gifts and powers no matter what. But there are certain things that I won't do unless I've pre-warned people. So with that said, now that you've been thoroughly warned, and if you get something what I call a God card, I will explain that when it happens, Shadow. So sit back, relax, and just enjoy the first couple readings so you can get an idea of what I'm like, okay? EP to the reading room. EP to the reading room. Welcome in, M. Boogers. Now that wasn't on purpose, okay? I'll just be clearing my nose. Sorry. Anyway, so I always try to ask my cards where the right spot is for you. So EP, throw me your numbers and your question. That was kind of funny. Let's start going. All right. What do you want to know today, EP? Marshall, how are we doing today, my friend? It's good to see you as always. Okay, we can do that. Let me get them in the right spot for you. I wait till my cards tell me that they're in the right spot. This is the only intuitive part of my shuffling. And that's where they want me to be at. And then I go, these are your official 2 shuffles, EP. 1 and 2. And you have a God card. Now, when a card falls out of my deck when I'm shuffling, that's a God card, just so you know, Shadow. And I'll explain that to you in a little bit as well. But here we go with your 4th shuffle. 4th card in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you want to know what you have to work on, right? All right. So this is what we need to be working on. Good. It's good to hear, Marshall, because it is that time of absorption for you, you know? And Marshall, one of the things that kind of the universe is trying to get you to go and learn right now, and what you're working on, right, is that drive, that passion, that thing where you get back in the car and stop taking the long, hard road. The I'm beating up on myself, I can't believe in my goals. I have to fight every step of every moment to make my inroads in what I want in my life. No, it's time to get off of the long, hard road, get back in that vehicle that you're ready to start to get to where you actually want to get in your life. But you got to pay attention to the rules and the things that are on the in the way that on the way you want to drive. You have to pay attention to when the signs are telling you to get on and off. You have to go the right speed limit that's right for you. You can't take your junk with you. You can't take your crap with you. You only take what you need for the journey. You're starting to get in that car and stop being that long, hard fought road of making it so hard on yourself, when you just have to go out there and experience some of the things that you said you wanted to accomplish. The only way you get there is by following that gut instinct and seeing the road that before you and telling yourself, this is where I needed to get off, in the right spot, right time for me. So that's kind of what they want you to start to work on, is finding that passion again and giving into that. Getting back in your car, turning on the radio, rolling down the windows, getting your friend and your buddies by your side. You've got all the snacky treats and Cokes and sodas that you want. You're on the road trip of life here, and you're just waiting for the right exit to get you onto the place that you said you wanted yourself to be. How do we get you there, though? Well, it's time to work those inner and outward things that we know we have to work on within ourselves. What do I have to take out of myself that isn't working with me and my life anymore, which isn't going to draw me to that more positive path I want to live, what isn't going to allow me to get to that place, that destiny, that fate, that life I said I wanted, when I am having that one true love, that partner, that person who is going to be accepting of me, and I'm going to be able to accept myself, and we're going to have a loving relationship, because I know a relationship is important to you, but in that conjunction with all the other dreams that you have as well. Not letting love be the only thing that shadows your life. You get more than just that if you want it, but you have to move out the old crap first to make room for a new way forward. So you're just going to be going through this time of discovering what you don't want or need in your life anymore that's not serving you any purpose. Moving that out of what and transforming that into something either new or different, or it's going to be about you bringing back in now the tools and things that you do need to move forward in that dream. It's time to understand that the thing that you have to start to understand is it's time to celebrate you. It is your turn to celebrate you. And celebrate everything that is you. The celebration of your life. the celebration that you get to walk from the day you say, I want this life and I want to be able to live in my happy and celebrate and create. You come together with the other parts of the people who support you to create the soup. You have to be the one who adds in the ingredients, lights the flame, stirs the pot. But they're going to come help support you. And you're on your way towards that celebration. You haven't gotten there yet because you still have a little bit more lessons to teach yourself and overcome and learn yet. You have to give into the celebration of you and the celebration of who you said you wanted to be. When you finally have done that, you will have learned your lesson and been able to get off of this hamster wheel the hamster wheel that you've been on for up until this point. You'll smash the hamster wheel and go into the maze for a change, where you'll have more choice decisions and things to make, but you'll have learned the lesson to make those good choices. Because now you'll believe in yourself, you'll believe in your divinity, your sexuality, who you are as a person, not questioning and caring about what anybody else thinks anymore. And that's going to take a little bit of work to learn. So class is in session, and it's time to pay attention to the lessons your soul, your life, and your God is trying to teach you. It's up to you to take these lessons in and learn them and use them to improve your life. Can you do it? We will have to wait and see if you pass the test or not, because the only one here who's putting any expectation on you is you. The gods don't have it. Your guides don't have it. The only person who's putting expectation out there is you. And if you let go of that expectation and start to give into what you know is the truth and let it become a part of who you are and stop questioning whether or not it is or isn't, and just be and accept the lesson and make it be a part of who you are in your life, well, guess what starts to happen for you? And then your God card comes to say, this is what we've been trying to teach you how to do, to integrate all of that which is you together, the balanced half of you, the right side, the left side, the feminine, the masculine, the dreamer, the logical, to come together as one, to ignite a new spark, a new future. But you have to use what has been given to you as catalyst to ignite that matchstick, so you have the fire to put on it in the first place. When you finally see that light shine on that candle for the first time, and you accept yourself for who you are, and you accept yourself for what's going on in your life, and you bring all of those things back together. Well, maybe you'll have to go back and rewatch the VOD and listen a little bit closer, and that's the other problem, you aren't listening. You have been trying to teach yourself this lesson. You know exactly the kind of lesson the universe has been trying to teach you. Self-empowerment, believing in myself, standing up for what I believe in, standing up for my sexuality, standing up for my divinity, standing up for myself. You know that, right? To go from one transformational person to transforming into the person they said they wanted to become of their free will choice. How can you do that if you can't bring all of yourself together? The good, the bads, the uglies, everything that goes in between together to be that one focused light in your life. So we're getting you to that point, that catalyst that puts that spark in your hands and says, now can you let this go out into the rest of your life? Can you let this now shine throughout the rest of your life and your destiny? Can you allow it to become your new fate, your new way forward? But I can only tell you that so much. You still have to go and experience some of that. You still have a lot of things that you just have to go through it to understand it. And it's questioning yourself. It's reevaluating yourself. It's going back and figuring out what's working, what's not working, and deciding once and for all who you want to stand up and say you are. When you stand up and say, I am Marshall, this is who I am, and no one will ever take that away from me ever again. Ever. And then that's the moment they're waiting for. That's the lesson that you're trying to teach yourself. And that's why you are doing all of this in your life right now. Because you're at that crescendo moment where either you have to wait a little bit longer and maybe just go experience life a little bit. And that's the free will game of it all. And hopefully that the lessons of this world will teach you what you need to see. And through them and through the world of the chaos that we have to all live through, we understand ourselves better and better. So, get out the damn hamster wheel and maybe things will work out a little bit better, Well, that's what you're trying to do, is get off the hamster wheel in the same old cycle you've been stuck in for practically since you were born. You want to break free of the cycle. Well, this is how you break free of that cycle. You're welcome, Marshall. I love you. Shadow Sam Tarot to the reading room. Shadow Sam Tarot to the reading room. Welcome in. Sam, how are we doing today? All right, clearing my cards off for Sam. Do you have a question or do you want just a general reading? Okay. I'm seeing about getting them in the right spot for you. Ooh, okay. All right. Here are your 4 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3. God cards. And 4. You have a 3 God card message. A physical, mental, and spiritual message from your higher power. Let me explain God cards for you real quick. They are the most extreme message you will receive here because they are a direct answer from your God to a question you've been posing to them lately. Some question you've said, hey God, can you please just finally give me the goddamn answer to this already? Okay, I'll give you the answer, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I'm going to give it to you into the most tough love, extreme way possible so these can kick your spiritual ass up and down, left and right, and really move and shake your world. So I like to warn people before they actually see those cards. You've been warned. Okay, now on to the next, the 40th card going in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and the 40th card is now on top, my friend. And here we go with your reading for today. Okay, I gotta fix my light here real quick. Give me a second here. My standing light decided to move on me, and now it's kind of being a little bit weird because I was trying to clean my crap the other day, and there we go. I think I got it. All right. So here we go with your reading for today. Are you on the right path? Well, let's talk about this thing, and let's kind of go back to the little bit about what happened a couple weeks ago, okay, there, Shadow Sam, and about when you finally decided that it was time to start working on and getting back to tending more to your own goals in your life and stop being so much of the trying to help everybody else for a while and kind of come back and start to deal with your own mundane issues a little bit, moving the coals around so that you can better not only still doing things like reading or going and giving your spiritual message to people as well, but now returning to that point where you self-care enough where you are starting to heal some of those little parts within yourself that you're trying to seek out and find. The tending card is trying to tell you to tend to that past self, to heal the younger self, to finally let that younger self, that shadow self, rest, so that you can start to let the shadow do what it needs to do. Allow it to stay in the spot to remind you that you are the light casting that shadow. So how do we get you back to a place where we can get you to tend to yourself again? Well, that's why we're making you go through some of these reflection moments. That's why we're putting these signs and symbols in front of you. That's why we keep trying to show you how to move and navigate yourself to that goal you said you wanted to reach by the end of this year. So that goal that you're trying to reach there, and you want to move those goals around so that you can have the space and energy and time to be able to meet that goal. But you want to know if you're on the right path. Well, is this the place where now, instead of going after all of this negative crap that you've been doing for a little bit, and we all do it as readers, we all let it kind of gather in us every once in a while, but we have to remind ourselves what true energy we have to live in. You have to live in that basking energy, like a sunflower does in a sunflower field, gathering up the sun all day long. It looks for the sun in the morning, it looks for the sun at the night, and when it ends its day, its only goal is to use that power to turn itself back towards the exact spot where that sun will rise again, and use that energy for manifesting change in that future. But you got to get back around people who will remind you how to do that. You have to be like a sunflower in a sunflower field full of other sunflowers. Are you on the right path? Is this the place you can bask in the sun and now move it from that negativity to that positive field? Can you allow that energy to fill you, that spot that you've just emptied? You emptied the cup, now you have to fill it. Well, now you have to find the things to fill that cup up. And then, if you're doing that correctly, are you on the right path? Is this going to help you celebrate what you said you wanted to accomplish by the end of this year, your tarot goal? Is this going to be the thing that helps you celebrate that? Is that going to be the thing that wants you to get back around your community again? And I'm talking about actual real community that you are a part of, that was healthy for you to be there, that challenged you, that allowed you to understand that you had to be the one in control of making that soup, lighting the fire of your life, like a witch standing in front of her cauldron making her spell. She adds every ingredient into her magical cauldron, and when she takes that spell and sips it into her life, it goes and spreads throughout the rest of her life. So you're learning how to celebrate that life and how to understand what that celebration means. But this is where it gets a little bit where you have to do something here, okay? So here you go. Are you on the right track? You've been building up this volcano moment for a while. You've been sending out the signals that I'm getting ready for a change. The universe has heard those things, and they've given all the warning sirens out there in your life. But it is time to explode. It is time to blow your top off and reveal your true power to yourself. And that will mean that a part of your world does get destroyed in the process. But it's all that which you didn't need in the first place. All that which has not worked with you in your past. All that which has not given you that guidance and strength before. All of that which serves you no more purpose is what blows away from you, so that when you have that creation moment, and when you have that moment of pouring this brand new path down in front of you, this lava path, anything that gets in your fucking way better fucking run. Because when you unleash this power, when you unleash this strength and this power and belief in yourself again, when you have owned your power and you stand up to the place, remember, you're a representation of the gods. You represent the gods. So be their representation. As much as you want to do for them, you must do for them as well. As much as you want them to do for you, you must return that back in return. So you have to have that creation destruction moment to destroy the old world that isn't serving you any purpose any longer and moving you forward into that creation moment of saying, this is my path, this is my destiny, this is what I said I wanted to do. Crossing that destiny line and attaching that future, you know what it is. You know what's coming for you. The only way we can get you there is to stop doing that one pattern you've done your whole life and breaking you free from that. So are you on the right path? Because you're saying, wow, yes, I have. Okay, good. My goals, yes. Then trust yourself in perfect love and perfect trust. Trust yourself as much as you trust the gods. Unconditional love, unconditional trust in yourself and in your gods and guides. And believe that this crescendo moment of explosion and creation is all about that stuff. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, that was the answer to your question. Now let's see what the gods got for you. And like I said, they had some advice for you, a physical advice, a mental advice, and a spiritual advice for you. I call this the PMS of you, Shadow. I hope you laugh a little at that. The physical. Use the catalyst that's being provided to you to ignite the future that you want. You know what's happened? You've given yourself the back of a matchbox. Without the back of that matchbox, without that rough patch to put that ignition switch onto and strike against that grain, you cannot ignite anything to happen in your life. It's time for you to take that matchstick and go, boom, I'm ready to use this to ignite the future I want in a very physical way. So step up to the plate, yes. But where are you going to put that energy? Are you going to let it burn to your fingers and burn you on your hand again? Or are you going to put it on the candle that's going to spread out through the rest of your life? That part of your soul that you've been trying to reignite, right? Mental. Prepare. It's time to get the right ingredients to make the new soup of life. Clear out your goddamn cauldron, empty the old soup, throw the recipe away, and stop being an ingredient in your own goddamn soup. Be the one making the soup, not a fucking tomato in the soup that everybody else wants you to be like. It's your turn to decide what goes into your life. What are the most important lessons that I have learned? What are the most important lessons that I have able to do? What are the spices of life? What are the meat and potatoes of what I want to happen? What do I have to put in first to get that flavor of life again? What do I have to put in those vegetables? When is the right time to add the soft vegetables? When is the right time to add that extra dash of salt, that extra dash of pepper? And preparing that way forward. You taste test along the way. You might grab a bad mushroom every once in a while. But remember, you have a ladle you can scoop that bad mushroom out with and get rid of that taste. And you don't have to let it be a part of your soup and get in the rest of your soup either. So be careful about the ingredients you put in yourself. What is going to get you to the place you want to get to? Stop looking at it as the negative things you aren't doing with your life and looking at it as how I can transform these things into things that will move me forward in the directions I said I wanted to go. Spiritually, it's time to take a leap of faith. They are giving you the golden parachute. They have put you in the best bat suit. They have provided a soft, squishy landing. They have given you every opportunity to overcome this thing and start to trust them and the universe and yourself that you can make that running jump off of that fucking cliff and fly. But they can't push you off the goddamn edge. You gotta jump. So what is it that scares you? What is it that you refuse to give yourself credit for moving past or moving on from? What is it that keeps you stuck in the same cycle that you have been in your whole life? What is it you've been doing to yourself, and you know what this is? It's the last thing you have to be free of, the last chain you have to break before you can fly. And that means returning back to a place of love and trust with yourself as well. But you got to start to believe in it so much that you manifest it into reality. Remember, the lesson of true will and intent is you must believe it, put it into action, and then trust in it. That's the true lesson of will and intent, and I know you know that. And that's what I got for you today. All right. Welcome. Thank you for coming and being a first-time chatter, and thank you for giving me a chance to read for you today. I truly appreciate it. I hope that I can go and find you and check you out as well. In fact, I'm going to give you a follow right about now, and so I can kind of check you out somewhere in the future myself. So, oh, I'm already following you. Never mind. I guess I got to find out when you're doing your stuff so I can come check you out sometime. I would love to be able to see how you do and read sometime. So, thank you very much. You're very welcomed. All right. Indigo to the reading room. Indigo to the reading room. Clearing the cards off for Indigo. I gotta turn my fan up a little bit. Nope, that's not open. Maybe I'll let some of this energy out the window here. Whew, it's getting hot in here. Yep. And then they want to open up the door. I gotta go turn on the air back on though, guys. It's gonna get humid here. And I don't want it to get too hot out there. Oops. Alright. Let me get all fucking recadoopered in my chair and stuff. I gotta put my pants back up because I ran out of shorts and I had to go back to wearing my sweatpants, and it's a little hot to be wearing sweatpants today. But they were getting too dirty. I had to wash them. You know, when it starts rolling down, I gotta get some better fitting stuff. So, you know. All right, here we go. And thank you very much for the happy birthdays. You know, my birthday is next Sunday. We're going to be celebrating on Friday. So if you guys want to come help me celebrate my birthday, that's when I'm doing the celebration part of it. And we're going to be doing the psychic readings that day. So I'm going to be going full tilt intuition on my birthday on Friday. So, all right. Okay, Indigo. So, I thought of my twin flame coming closer, and maybe he is. Maybe he's on the way, and what if I messed up? First thing you have to say is, I didn't mess up. Second of all, if you're ready to hear the lesson and you're ready to learn, then they will teach you. With that said, let's get to the rest of what you need to know about, okay? All right. With that said, let's get to the real heart of the matter, okay? Which is, what do I have left to finish before I'm ready for my twin flame, my true love? I think that's the question you really need to be asking yourself right now, Indigo. Tell me if I'm right on that. I will still answer your question. No, you haven't messed anything up yet. You're still learning some of the lessons that you need to teach yourself so that you can get the kind of love you deserve. But we got to repair some of the broken, damaged stuff that the world did to you first. And that's what you're really doing, is repairing that damage. That's what you're feeling right now. You're repairing the damage. That's why you're going through these moments of doubt, then heal. Doubt, then heal. Doubt, then heal. You know what I'm saying? But the cards are going to help answer the rest of the questions. So we'll get there, because they're in the right spot for you. 1, 2, and 3. 1 God card for you as well. So here is the 33rd card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, and the 33rd card is now on top. Yeah, and that's a big part of it, Indigo. And that's a really big part of it. Because they don't want you to have false love. They don't want you to be in that remember the same kind of relationship you've been in for a while, Indigo? The guy sticks around for a while. He gets it's getting too real for me. Then we start to have conversations, and then when I start to feel like it's just that much more responsibility than I can handle, I run away. Because the pressure you're putting on that person to meet that high expectation is so high that they can't reach that. You have to bring it down to a more reasonable level. You got to let the dream come down to a little bit closer to that more balanced in between reality and fantasy level. Okay? I did count out all the cards, right? Because we're going to do this right now. You're going to be like, really? So, Indigo, you haven't messed anything up yet because you haven't gotten there yet. You're still working on letting go of the past and letting that old part of the life that you felt like you didn't deserve go and die. You're healing part of that and mourning the loss of that. Because you lived in that for so long, because it was your world for so long, it became its own entity. It became its own life. You had to allow that life to rest, to go back to that place of transformation again, so that you could be reborn as this new person you are starting to become now. But you had to allow that old self to die first, to mourn that loss, and that's what you're going through now. You're mourning the loss of that old self you don't want to be anymore, and accepting the person you have always been. Not what your parents told you to be, not what society threw on top of you, not the expectation of it all, not the rules and regulations of it all. Your purity of what your soul has been teaching you, and you know what that is. To believe in the dream again, to believe that you can manifest your reality, your dream, into this world. A manifester like you and I are, we start in the darkness. We start in the death because all seeds start in death. They grow from death to life. And then life grows back to death again and does it all over again. Now, we need you to understand that you have to believe in the dream. You have to believe that what you know to be true, what we've taught you up to this point, if you believed in it and you gave it more credence and started to believe in that everything is gonna be okay and turn out exactly the way it's supposed to be turned out, because I'm manifesting it to that way. I'm gonna have to go through some stuff to get there. Yeah, we all have to go through stuff to get there, but you're gonna be okay. You're gonna get to where you need to get to. You're just not quite there yet. Learn how to bend in the wind a little bit more, like a willow tree learns how to bend in the wind a little bit more flexible in your thinking for a while, so that I can return back to what is the dream and how do I bring the dream to reality, right? I have to get out of my own way first, though, Indigo. I have to stop giving myself this bullshit excuse train of what I am not capable of what I'm not able to do, of what I keep telling myself over and over and over again that I can't do right, when you should be saying, these are the things I do right. These are the things I can do. These are the things I am capable of. I'm going to own that power. Instead of owning the power of defeat, I'm going to own the power of overcome and overgone. I'm going to let go of the goddamn boulder that keeps me in that blocked spot from allowing me to get to that place of happy. I'm going to drop off the anxiety of it all, the expectation of it all, the depression of it all, the sadness of it all. And I'm going to let it go to rest so it can go to heaven, so that this new soul I am creating can have peace at last. But I gotta get out of my own goddamn way first in order to get there. And that's what you're going through right now, is getting out of your own way and letting go of some of the things that you learned because of circumstances and because life is the free will game of it all. You know? But look, you want to know if you're on the right path? Sit back, relax, and enjoy your life right now, because you're in the moment of transformation. What do you have to start to look for? That happy. And stop being afraid of happy, because you've been scared to be happy. And don't give me this bullshit that you aren't scared to be happy, because you're afraid that once you reach the pinnacle of happiness, it will be taken away from you. And you will have to go back to the very bottom of the depths of hell again and crawl all the way out of hell again in order to find heaven again. When you should be saying, I've already been forgiven. I've already been loved. I'm already there. I'm already in heaven. Enjoy being in heaven. Preach. Preach. Celebrate. Celebrate you. Celebrate what you create. Celebrate. You have the opportunity to make yourself become whatever you said you wanted yourself to be. Celebrate who you are. And it's meant to be tough. It's meant to be tough, because when you finally get it, when you finally overcome it, when you finally get that lesson, everything, all that pressure, all that stuff that you've been putting on yourself day in and day out, when you finally drop it off like that fucking boulder you need to, boy, will you have reasons to celebrate, because then the universe is going to come along and give you what it's been waiting to give you. The thing you want the most. Happiness, joy, celebration of life, of understanding that I've made it through the toughest times of my life to get here. This is my moment to choose. Today is my best day ever, because god damn it, I'm ready for it to be my best fucking day ever. It's that simple. It's a choice of saying, I decide I'm going to be happy. Fuck being sad. Fuck being miserable. Fuck being angry. Fuck being all of this other stuff that keeps getting me in the way of happy. What is it I really want? And what does it really mean to look like? What does happy really look like for me? It's me sitting in front of a desk talking to people and helping people out find their destinies and fates. That's mine. You have to find yours. And you have yet to discover what that is. But when you do, when you are ready to find that, and I can't tell you what that thing is because this is something you still are developing and creating. You know? Because you want to create your celebration moment, your finish line moment. You start out in death. You believe everything will be okay. You get out of your own way. You celebrate and enjoy your life again. Your timeline's right there, buddy. Exactly. If you let me ask you one question. If you didn't give that power any longer, if you didn't worry about the stress of it all any longer and just lived for pure happiness, what do you really want? What does happy really look like? It's not about the stuff. It's not about the connection to people. It's about the love and shining, brilliant, beautiful soul of loving yourself and learning how to love yourself again and believing in your power and overcoming all of those old baggagey crap things that parents and other people did to you in this life so that you can be the person you said you to yourself, you promised yourself you would become. Well, are you stepping up to the plate and becoming? Do the do, walk the walk, talk the talk, and become it. Stop sitting there wondering when the moment's going to happen and do it already. Manifest the future you want there, Indigo. Preach. Right there, Indigo. Right there. You should be proud of that. You should be proud of that. You should be so proud of that because do you realize what you had to get through to get to that point? Can you honestly look at what you've got through and realize how much of a fucking warrior you actually fucking are? Please? Your friends see it. You need to start to see it. Pause to the reading room. Pause to the reading room. Get your butt in here. Pause whenever you're ready. It's too hot today. I had to drinking cold coffee. I don't have any cream. I don't have any sugar. If I have cream, I just don't care. Pause to the reading room. Oh, they're in the right spot for whoever's next, so. You know, most of us do this to ourselves. Most humans do this to ourselves, you know. We let the expectation of everything that we grew up with. Our parents have a certain idea of who they want us to be. All parents do that. All parents want to see them be a better version of them. They want to prove that they're not like their parents, even if their parents are the best parents in the world, we're still trying to prove that we're our own individual people. We may have come from them, but we're still our own individual people. And where you're at right now is discovering that in between from what expectation and family has taught you how to be and how to be that person and be individual and be spiritual and be all of this as well, without diminishing everything you have already worked on within yourself as well, so that you can overcome and understand that you won't have to do that ever again in your life. Because once you own that power, that's when things start to go a tiny bit more lockstep in your what you want things to work out the way you want them to work out. until you have embraced that gift and power, you're not going to be able to get there quite yet. And you're still learning some of the lessons you need to learn in order to get to that gift. You know? And I know you know that there, Indigo. But you still haven't unlocked your last two gifts yet, and you're nowhere near ready to unlock those gifts yet. Let's work on number 1 first before we start jumping to number 5, okay? Alexa, 3-minute timer, starting now.
3 minutes, starting now.
Pause, you have 3 minutes. I'm not feeling you in here, that's why I did the 3-minute timer. You know? Oh, my corn man's not on.
Find a special place where the renaissance of our lives begins.
Oh, okay.
I travel through this ancient land on a quest to find the one I've sought. In a cove of magic unseen, I found the power within me, the wonder, hope, and dreams of tomorrow, a promise of better days to come. Her wings spread wide.
Well, guys, I'm just sitting here waiting for my next person to enter the reading room here. 1 minute and 40 seconds for pause to the reading room. 1 minute and 40 seconds. I'm going to turn this music down just a little bit here. Give me a second here, guys.
No words between no
Who's next? Pause is next right now. So I'm just waiting. He's got 1 minute and 5 seconds before I move on from him. So whoever is next after that, first person in line. I always give people 3 minutes to respond when I call them out. So I'm just kind of giving them about another minute before I just open it up to whoever wants to jump in. Exclamation point join, boogers. There you go. You're on my list. And you got 33 seconds. All right. Pause. It's your turn. I've been waiting for you. It's your turn right now. Alexa, cancel timer.
3-minute timer cancelled.
So, I'm ready for you. Whenever you're ready. Yeah. You had like 33 seconds before I moved on from your ass. What do we need to know today, Paz? I'll get the cards in the right place for you. Yep. 33 seconds. Okay, let me see what let's see what the cards have to say. Is there love in October? Yep, they like it here. Here are your 9 official shuffles. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Too many. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you have a one God card answer as well, my friend. Let me stop the music here real quick here so I can get back to doing so you can actually hear my reading there, okay? And then the 9th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you want to know about the 9th. And is love on its way? Huh? Okay. And is it coming in October? Jesus. This thing is not like me today. I'm putting it over here. My big coffee cup is trying to run away from me. So, let's talk about is love coming in October. And I know you mean romantic love or relationship love, not just love of self and stuff like that, right? Yeah, don't worry. It's not as bad as you think it is. Don't get all worried about it. Depression doesn't always mean, my cards do not always mean what they mean. Okay? So don't get ahead of yourself here, pause, all right? There, take a step back and listen. You want to know if there's love in October? I'm going to get there, okay? Hey, Swifty, welcome in. You know, but the point is that, yes, love is on its way, but it's still going to be something where you are going to have to see underneath the surface of somebody who's already in your life, pause, that you just haven't seen in that way. There's already someone right there waiting for you that you just haven't seen yet. That love has been around you for a very long time, but you're so hung up on the dream of it all, you can't see the person who's been staring you in your face the entire fucking time. And don't give me this bullshit if you don't know who I'm talking about there. Because you have to see underneath the surface, you have to start to see the real them, not the imagined them, the dream them. So stop giving the dream so much credit and bring it back to a place where you can actually see the substance and reality of what you actually want in a partner. And maybe then you can finally find the one you're looking for. But until you're ready to take off your own goddamn mask and show people who you really are and actually show people that part of you so they can fall in love with that part of you, your one true love, the love coming for you soon, won't be able to find you until you've done that. So if you're ready to take off the mask and start showing who you are to this world and show people, then love is right there waiting for you. It's almost like I can taste it in my mouth kind of good stuff. You know? What has happened is the same thing that happened to my brother. A very extreme event that happened to him in his past that created a demon inside of himself that he didn't even know he had within himself. He let that demon grow into something he didn't want to be. He put himself into his own self-imposed prison long before he got to the point where the universe had to do it for him to stop him from making even more worse mistakes. Right? So the universe came along to put him in his real prison, but he self-imposed that prison on himself long before he ever walked into any facility anywhere and did what he did. And that's kind of where you're at now, is you keep putting yourself back into that cage when you don't need to be in that prison anymore, my friend. It's parole day. It's the day that you have gotten through all of that crap, where you drop that crap off and you start to work towards a better future. You choose to turn your life around. You choose to say what I've been doing to myself up to this point, hiding behind a mask of safety rather than letting people see who I really am. That's why the sadness and the depression, and you are over it all already, because you're done hiding behind this mask of depression, of sadness, of resentment, of everything that has happened to yourself, because you know better than anyone who's responsible for it all. Look in the mirror and I bet you can see the person right about now, right? Pause. Because we put ourselves in our own self-imposed prison. Well, guess what day it can be today for you if you really want it to be? It can be parole day, the day you start to be the more positive you. But you still got to allow yourself to give yourself that time has been served. Time was served a long time ago. The only one who keeps putting you in this prison is you. So are you ready to finally walk out of that fucking prison and accept that you can change your future and listen to what the universe is trying to teach you so that you can learn the lessons you need to? open, honest communication in relationships, allowing yourself to be more present, allowing yourself to be more grateful and thankful for sharing a journey rather than trying to fix someone or repair somebody or them to repair you. Just the pure, unadulterated sharing of two souls to coming together as one to find a love that we've been looking for our whole existence. And that's where you're heading towards. Pause. So yeah, of course, depression is lifting off of you in the future, because the point of the depression card is you are not the clouds in the sky. You are not the depression. You are the sun in the sky that beams through those clouds. You are the one who controls the sky of your world. You are the one who allows this to keep affecting you and your life. If you let the sadness of it go, if you let the damage of you go, and you finally let that go and be at peace, then you would have room for that love you've been waiting for. But until you can do that, and you're starting to do this now, but you're still in the very beginning because you just got to the point of I'm done being depressed. So what do we have left to do? As much as you don't want to admit it, there's still a lot of bringing and gathering together. We still have some negative things we have to work on and learn how to transform and change within ourselves that we know we want to work on before we're really ready to share our journey with someone. And there's that self-healing stuff you need to finish up first. But also to acknowledge that the damage has been healed as well, and that we can move forward making a new choice and decision forward, where we bring all of that which will work with us together so that we can ignite the future we want. So we can put this light onto a brand new candle, the candle of abundance rather than taking away. Okay? So we're relighting the candle of abundance here by utilizing the catalyst of removing the mask, exiting your sentence that you gave to yourself, and it's time to get out of the self-imposed prison you keep putting yourself in, to find a way to break those clouds apart and stop letting this rule your life, where now it's your turn to rule it. And it's time to prepare what kind of soup you want in your life. It's time to gather the right kind of ingredients. I'm doing very well, Scorpio, the queen of the occult. Welcome in. Right? But those means gathering the right ingredients and deciding, do you want to use meat or do you want to use vegetables as the main thing in your meal? Do you want to use spring water or do you want to use tap water? Do you want to add a little bit more salt to bring up the flavor, or do you need to add a little of pepper to give it that little bit of an oomph? And deciding which each and every one of those ingredients into the kind of love that you want to create, well, you have to create that love that you want. But you have to start with that part within yourself first and take yourself out of one of those ingredients and start being the one who taste test that soup again. So, yeah, October, I would say more like the middle of November, not necessarily October, because there is still a little bit of self-work that needs to be done first. And I think if you are willing to start it in now, you could be ready by the end of October to be receptive for the kind of love that you really want to have in your life. But we got to get you past this moment first, of this shit first. Scorpio, welcome. Hey, I call myself the unknown prophet, okay? People just call me prophet. And that was a name that they gave me. I call myself the unknown prophet. Everyone calls me prophet, because that's what I am. I'm a prophet of the gods. I'm a prophet. And what is a prophet? A prophet is a person who sends messages to correct life and correct the free will game of it all, to give you the kind of advice and knowledge and wisdom that you need to hear in order to make the best possible choice and decision. And my promise is to try to get you to a more positive path. So bookers, it's your turn. MB, welcome to the reading room. MB to the reading room. I'm going to call you MB instead of Boogers for this one, because I kind of feel like MB's more of the vibe for you. So MB, I'm getting my cards ready for you. Throw me your numbers and or question. If you need to be reminded of what that all means, please, you know, monkey boogers. Haha, I love that. Monkey boogers. Monkey. Can I call you monkey then? Can I, ha, 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 can I, ha, ha, can I, ha, 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 can I? You can be my monkey. I'm a monkey. All right, good. All right, monkey, here we go. All right, let me get them in the right spot for you. General is fine. Number 6 is your shuffle amount. What's your 1 through 52 amount when you're ready? 6, and what's the 1 through 52? 6 shuffles. All right, general reading. Tell them what they need to know, not what they want to know. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. 6 and 5, you got it. Let me get them in the right spot for you. Ooh, they like it there. You can't handle the truth? Yeah, run. If you didn't want the truth, I would run away now because you're about to get a healthy heating of truth here, buddy. All right, here we go. Here are your 6 official shuffles. 1, God card. 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops, got some God cards. I have to count something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have a 6 God card message. You cannot get any more God cards as of right now. You have 1 shuffle left, but you have a 6 God card message. The strongest message I give people is a 6 God card message. You're in for it, bud. And last but not least, 6. And the 5th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not bad at all. It's just communication between you and your higher power. That's all it is. It's not good. It's not bad. It's the answer to the question you wanted answered. That's what it is. You tell me. Are you ready for the answer or not? Because it's there. All right. Let's get to some a general reading, though, and then we'll get to the God cards here. Someone needs to be reminded of some stuff here. I see how that is. Oh, dear goddess. You in for it. All right, monkey. Ugh. I can't believe I got to do this. I got to pull out the hat. I got to pull out the adjusting hat. This one, I need to put the cap back on really tight for this one. I have a rule. You see me start to adjust my hat like this, you're in for a spiritual ass kicking, so I hope you're ready for this bad boy. Oh, don't be worried. I can handle you. Trust me, I got you. I can handle you just fine. Life is not like a box of chocolates for you, buddy, because you're about to find out what you're really going to get. All right, so moving on here to what you need to know about the general thing. You know that, I hope you know, that you are in the exact spot you need to be in your life right now. You have reached a stage of maturity. Through the test of time, you have learned to use your past to grow into a better future. You have done most of the work already, but you still have those last little leaves to let fall to the ground, like all of us have to fall those leaves to the ground, and you're just deciding which leaves to leave on the tree for a little bit longer, so that when you drop that leaf down onto the ground and it comes back and recycles and renews and becomes that mulch and that dirt, and that you feed yourself your own individuality, your spirituality, your physical, your mental, and your spiritual starts coming back into play. So, the physical good parts of your life that now you're starting to do better for yourself and what you haven't been doing in the last at least year of your life. Starting to do more physically good things, whether it's paying attention to your health, being more positively minded, allowing yourself the opportunity to understand that maybe there's some things you don't understand about our own body, and that's where we're going. Second is to move on to that mental part of it. We've done a lot of healing and a lot of the self-repairing work, but there's still a little monkey inside who needs to learn how to play again, who needs to learn how to play and climb the tree once again and throw the fruit down on the bad man who keeps trying to tell him who to be. Okay, this isn't Curious George, and the man in the yellow hat is not your friend. He is your captor. He is not your friend. You belong in the wild, in the wood, of the magical prefaces of what you have yet to share. The thing you're working on is, how now do I share my spirituality? How do I share my life with the rest of the world so that they see me and understand me too? How do I get that thing I've been looking for in return, that shared experience, that shared knowledge, that shared life that I've said I wanted to have most of my life, that moment where I can honestly give my voice to the world and they can say, I kind of like it, I'm not quite sure about it, but at least I hear your truth of it, and I know that what you're sharing isn't a dishonest truth, that you're being honest and open with your own truth, but I'm ready to share that with someone and sharing it with something. And in this respect, it's your spiritual guides and gods that you're starting to learn how to share that energy with more prevalently than you've ever done in your past. Because now you've reached that point of maturity where you're ready to start to grow in a new, different way, but still keep the same lessons and that are the most important to you. How do we get you to a place that you need to get to next, though? It's time to understand what your unseen path is. Now, I know you haven't been here before, so you don't know anything about my 5 paths. In order to describe what the unseen path is, I have to describe 2 other paths to you so you understand what each of those means, because it's a combination of 2 paths together. Okay? So the hard path is all about overcoming those obstacles that you set for yourself, your goals, your dreams, the things that you wanted the most in your life, your own line, the line that you set for yourself, your own bar that you set for you, and then utilizing that bar and then comparing it to the bar of the universe, right? So now it's about learning how to becoming more determined and overcoming those things, and how to start to learn how to embrace that path and that future so that you can find that peace at the end of the road where you allow it to go, I ran the marathon, I crossed the finish line, it's time to put the electrolytes back in my body now, it's time to put all of that stuff that I've expended all of that energy, so I've got to let the lesson that I've taught myself soak back into my life. That's the hard path. Then the easy path is about setting more realistic goals and expectations for yourself. You don't have to do everything with that honey badger mentality any longer. You can take a step back and start to make more smaller, easier to obtainable goals that you know you could reach within months. If you want a goal a month, then set a goal up a month and allow yourself to do the work to get to the end of that goal in a physical, mental, and spiritual way. Because I didn't even get to the spiritual thing yet. We're still talking about mental and the sharing of that, what you actually want the universe to give you back in return. I don't understand what you want. Please tell me what you need, not what you want. I can't give you what you want. I can give you what you need, though. That will make those wants go away. All right? So the easy path is about setting smaller obtainable goals, celebrating those goals, and taking it one step at a time. It may take you 5 more steps than the hard path, but you are going to get to the end of that path. Now we come back now to the unseen path there, my monkey friend, where you have to cut through your own bullshit. And I know you understand this reference because it's like you're standing in front of the most beautiful scene you've ever seen in your life, but because you didn't want to go home and get a sharp knife to cut through very easy reeds to cut through the own little bullshit you keep telling yourself to cut through the bullshit of it, and then you'd finally see the happy you've been waiting to find and search for the rest of your life. The unseen path is the combination of a hard path and an easy path coming together, but forcing you to face that moment of bullshit that keeps stopping you. That one thing that's been in front of your nose your entire life that you know if you could get past this one stupid ideological thing you've had in your head since you were a young person, if you can move past this one thing, then you break free of the pattern and embrace a new way forward and a new pattern that is more healthier and better for you. But until you're ready to cut through your own bullshit a little bit, you're never going to get there. And you know what you have still yet to work on. There is a battle and a war going inside of you sometimes. And the reason you're going through everything right now is because it's time to put down the swords. It's time to come to resolution between magical and mundane, between dream and reality, between faith and science, to come to that moment where we put down the swords and we say, how can we do this together? My shadow self and my light self come together in that crescendo moment, in the middle of that doji where that crescendo moment happens, where light and dark happen and they dance together in constant exchange of one another. So we put down those swords so we can live in that crescendo moment. When we put down the swords, we embrace that power, and then that power breaks off and then starts to shine into our life again. And you've been working on getting past the battle of it all for a while, but it's okay because you're still learning how to put down the swords and not be at war with yourself anymore. Rather than being at war, let's learn how I can transform these things and make these things to my benefit rather than being things that drag me down. How can I turn these into my power? And that's where you're at right now. And then you got God cards too. And I want to warn you, this is going to be an ass kick here. I feel this one. So this is just the surface of everything that you needed to hear now. Now we get to the God cards, and I want to make sure you're ready for that before I reveal them. Because you're new here, and I like to at least warn you once. You know? So, that's that one. I was just waiting for you to say the words. So, you have a 6 God card message. And it goes like this. You're a very spiritual person, so I know you'll understand when I say this, that this is basically God trying to give you the advice that you really need to hear right now. So he wants to break it off into 3 different parts for you, but this all means something that you've been asking to answer that question of yourself recently. So I need you to kind of really give it some thought before you jump to conclusions on what you think it initially is at, and give it some really introspective thought after I'm done telling you what I need to tell you, because it is going to require you to kind of look inside a little bit and understand why you have made certain choices and decisions because of environment rather than nature being the cause, nurture being the cause, but returning back to a nature and nurture rather than just let nurture be the only guiding force in your life, you know? So I wanted to kind of let you know that to start with. All right? So where do we get you going, and what do they need to tell you? That you are a beautiful flower. You were born to be a beautiful flower. You will always be a beautiful flower. We created a special soul when we created you. We gave you the kind of opportunity to be able to show people the beauty and the beauty in the ugly. To show people the beauty of ugly, the beauty of a gray sky, the beauty of a dandelion, the beauty of that flower, that weed that you think you are in life. Rather than thinking that you are the weed of your life, you were born to be a beautiful flower. You are a beautiful flower. And however people want to look at you, let them look at you. But the people who choose you as the flower, those are the people who will help ignite that future you want. And everything else is just catalyst to get to that change. Everything else is catalyst to that change. You are like the dandelion that grows through the cracks of the granite to get to the sun. And it finds a fertile ground. And I use the dandelion as my example here because people here in Minnesota will either look at a dandelion as a weed, but you ask any 5-year-old what that is, they'll tell you it's a beautiful flower. Because the first flower we all grab, at least here in Minnesota, to give to our mommies is a dandelion because it looks like a little sun. And suns make us feel happy, and mom makes us feel happy, so I want to bring my dandelion to my mom. Well, now it's time to give yourself your own damn dandelion and realize how beautiful you really are by utilizing what isn't working with you to ignite that future you said you wanted in the first place. That catalyst that you put that back of that matchstick. You know, when we need a flint to start the flame. In order for there to be flame, there must be that catalysting flint. Without that, I can sit here and do this all I want. Without the flint, it doesn't ever light because I had no catalyst to start my future with. So that's what they're trying to make you understand in that respect. It's time to start to listen and trust them. They are wheeling you in the right direction. They're giving you all of the magic, all the support you could ever ask for. You have to start to trust that they have your back, that they are giving you everything you need to wield the kind of magic, the kind of life that you want to start to happen in your life. That it is time to plant the seeds of that physical good stuff you need to start doing for yourself, that mental good stuff you need to start doing for yourself, and that spiritual good stuff that you need to do for yourself. 3 seeds, 1 season at a time. Learning how to take care of those seeds by allowing your emotional freedom to come out, to cry the happy, sad, ugly tear, to cry the sad, happy tear of joy and laughter and giggle, of feeling like finally I'm crying happy tears instead of sad tears, to put that back down into the ground, to nourish that seed to grow, to allow that growth to come from the darkness towards the light. When it finally breaches that sky and takes in the world and allows that sun to beam that positiveness into itself, and trusting in that self and trusting in your guide and your gods and yourself and trusting that inner guide within is what we need you to understand in the mental aspect as well. And then we need you to plant that spiritual seed of belief of being the person you said you wanted to be. When I talk about spiritual, I do not always mean God. I mean the divine higher self that you yourself had said I wanted to become someday. That's the standard we all set to ourselves. God does his own job fine on his own. He don't need our help. Okay? He don't need our advice. He don't need all of that stuff. He's trying to help us, not us help him. Okay? But that's why we have to allow that new growth to come in. And that means we have to allow the winds of truth to come along and blow off all of that little dust that kept us from hearing those truths. So we take in all of the elements and we stay grounded and centered in that place where we know we have to take care of the garden we want to grow. But I have to trust myself and trust my power and divinity that I can start to wield this magic into this world. Last but not least, the last and final advice they want me to tell you about, it is time to start to utilize all that which is no longer working with you any longer. The stuff that keeps you from doing and living the life that you don't want to live anymore. It's time to scrape that off of your plate and put it into the compost pile of life. To allow time, the movement of forward motion, the movement of taking a brave step forward, and learning what it means to allow these things to slowly dissolve out of your life and do it in a way that feels healthy and more secure for yourself for a change. then we're going to allow this stuff to slowly go out of our life rather than making it the big leaping jump of just trying to get rid of it. No, this time we're going to do what nature teaches us to do by allowing it to slowly move away from our life until it transforms into something like fertilizer for that garden, which we need that fertilizer to plant those seeds to become that flower, so that we can ignite our future, so we can hear the voices of our inner guides, our gods, and who we are as people, so that we can have what we need to find the last thing we have been looking for. Because we haven't been missing anything. You are not missing anything, monkey. You are creating the peace you have been looking for. The emptiness, the void that you've been looking to, isn't the darkness. It's the peace you have yet to create. And that's the fertilizer and the solid darkness ground that you put those seeds in. Plant. That's your answer and your message from your gods today. And if you really think about everything you've been going through, at least in the last week and a half to possibly 2 weeks, of why you keep trying to reach that transformational moment, of why you keep trying to get so close to that moment and then you keep backing away, because it's like priming the engine before you pull the cord to the thing that cuts down all the shit that's in your way, you know? It's like starting the lawnmower. You got to prime the stupid thing first. You got to try a couple times and then let's go. You know? And your sense of play has to return. The inner child that you've been waiting to let out, it's time to let the inner child out to play. That's the other thing that your guys wanted me to tell you. That's time to let the monkey out. I'm just saying. It's okay to be 5 once in a while. Don't be so serious. That's what I got for you today there, monkey. I hope that helped you. All right. Taka, welcome to the reading room. Taka to the reading room. Yeah, and that's why you can go back and look at my VOD and watch it all over again. So after this, I invite you to go back at least. I'm about an hour and 40 minutes in. And I will try to set up something. You can clip it right now, and then you'll know where you were at in your reading. You can go back and re-watch it and then redigest it again. Okay? Because I do think you will have to do that in order to get the full message. You got the initial, but I think you're going to have to kind of dissect it a little bit more, little by little, because you like to dissect things. A little too much sometimes. You're already moving out of the cage you don't want to be in. I'll let you know that. You've already opened the door. You're 2 steps out. You just got to let go of the last bar, okay? Before you exit that cage and start to find that freedom and break that chain that's been holding you back, okay? That's all I want to say on top of your reading. And that comes straight from guides or gods that you're working with right now. They also want me to tell you that the reason you keep seeing a lot of red and blues around there is they want you to kind of re-embrace your inner Superman. I don't know what that means. You have to become your own hero. Take it off, Clark Kent. Become Superman. Superman has always been Superman. Clark Kent is the disguise. Taka to the reading room. Taka to the reading room. He was born Kal-El. He was not born Clark Kent. Hello, sweetheart. I just turned that thing back on too, so because I was starting to get muggy in here.
Do you have any coffee?
The last of the coffee, in fact. So you are holding the last cup of coffee.
Okay.
Unless you want watered down coffee.
Nope.
Well, actually, I could probably do one more pot and it would probably be okay if I got half of this. I could fill. Because it had like 3.5 cups. I'm talking to my wife real quick. So, my one true love has entered the building. Yeah, I think you'll have to wait. You'll kind of have to break it down. But I kind of think that's how you like to do that analyzing kind of work too. So, and that's healthy for you to do because sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself in the dream status of things. So, Alexa, 3-minute timer. All right,
3 minutes.
Taka, you have a
Starting
3-minute timer starting now.
Pour a little bit of this into your, or back into the,
All right.
just need some room for move.
All right, rock and roll. And thank you very much for the biddies. I do appreciate that. Any and all donations, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a bit. I don't care if it's a subscription. I don't care if it's a dollar amount. I am grateful for that. I don't do this to earn money, guys. I have money, okay? I have all the money that I need to live the life I want. That's just some way I give people a chance to say thank you to me for what I've given them today. My job is to do this for free. I do this for free because this is who I am as a person. So no worries. Thank you very much for all that you guys have ever done for me. I really, truly appreciate it. I hope that I help you out as well. You know? Because, it's a lot to digest sometimes. And, sometimes I have had people had to go back and rewatch their VODs a little bit because, it was a lot to take in, especially with 6 God cards. I kind of completely understand why you're a little bit, monkey scratching his head is not meant to be a he moment, but it kind of is. Monkey trying to figure out a crossword puzzle. It never knows what the picture really is. Yeah, and you are really blessed and protected right now. You are extremely blessed and protected right now. Because they're trying to nurture that baby soul of yours, That life you said you wanted. Congratulations, you're on the way. But we all have transformational moments to go through. We all still have things yet to learn. So.
Yep. I had to learn how to walk 3 times.
My wife had to learn how to walk 3 different times, how to use her knees 2 different times, and how to go back from scratch every single time to learn that. She's a double amputee now, and she's had to learn how to do it 3 different times. First for her first knee surgery, second for her second knee surgery, and last but not least for the 2 surgeries that took her foot and her leg. So, it's almost 4 times you've had to learn how to walk in a way. Because you did have to kind of learn how to learn to walk when you had that toe, first part of your toe removed too. But it wasn't just all the way back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was just referring.
Alexa, cancel timer. All right, Taka, your time is up. Yeah, and I have a tendency to tell people what they need to know, not what they want to know. So, sometimes it's just that.
I was referring to when I had my knees replaced at the same time, and then learning how to walk.
Yeah, I know what you meant. I was just.
Oh, okay.
I know that. They don't know, though.
Okay.
I mean, this stuff. I don't need cards. I don't need any of this stuff to do this job, to do this, you know? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's where they were, that's what they, now that you understand that, now you can start to move that and change it and manifest what you do want, because now you understand that. But we couldn't get you to that, the next place you get to, without that understanding first. Now you understand. Now you can manifest whatever you want. It's like if I were to tell you the gods just handed you a blank check and told you you could write whatever destiny you wanted, would you? How would you fill that check in? And would you take that check to the bank to cash that check? Here's your sign. You know, it took me a long time to see that for myself, you know. I'm no stranger to any of it, you know. Right. So you got to do the last lit of training you have to do with that stuff, though. And actually, you'll be helping through your gifts will actually, if you, yeah, and I believe that's part of it. Yeah, when you have a little bit more freedom, yeah, but also, I believe you are going to be using that spiritualness in tandem with the politics part to affect more positive change. Maybe even seeking a small office yourself because you feel like you could be the change people need, you know? But you have to finish the job you're already doing first in order to make it to the next stop on the train, you know? And that's what my guys are telling me. You know, I'm no stranger to that train. I'm just getting off at the very end of my train right now. I just got done doing all of the work. I just got done in this last year acknowledging I have owned my path and my destiny and my self-sacrificing love of service. You know, but I had to finish up the last little bit of letting go of the last things that were holding me back, the last chains that had been on me since I was an 8-year boy, of things that were done to me that I had no control over, and learning how to overcome that through spirituality and overcoming that through life and experience and learning how to trust and love myself was the point of what I was here to do for me. And I know you understand that because you had to find your power, rediscover how much you loved yourself and the universe, and then to find that you are ready to carve your own damn destiny into the sands of time. I understand exactly where you're at. Because they're waiting for you to carve and cross that destiny line where you stop asking who you're supposed to be and just be who you're supposed to be. You already know who you were supposed to be. It's a difference between doing it and not doing it. Walking the walk, talking the talk, and doing the do. And I got no one else to talk to. I might as well talk to you. No reading required, you know. We just sit here and talk sometimes with people after the readings and kind of, you know, help them kind of understand things, especially since you had such a lot of information reading, and since I have time to kind of break it down a little bit for you, I can do some of that for you now. So if you have a question you want me to break down about your previous reading, just ask. But inherently, you already know most of these answers. It's just that you're making that distinction between magical, mundane, and now that you're re-embracing that duality that they both exist at the same time, you understand now why we had to get you to a point where you could be on the bridge. Because they had to get you on the bridge in order to be that person of service. In order for you to be a true person of service, we have to get you past that point. And you understand what I'm trying to tell you there. because true service is never about you. True service is always about doing and being that representation of the gods and being representation of everybody else but you. Having your own shit taken care of so that you make and listen to the voice of God and you hear what they are trying to help teach others. You're willing to share what you've learned with others so that they can experience and understand themselves as well. And I don't know if you do reading yourself or some kind of a spiritual reading for people as well, but I kind of think that some part of you is trying to tie in the mundane, magical, the physical, mental, and spiritual, and learn how to juggle those balls up. Well, yeah, but so is Tim Walz. Okay, Tim Walz is a teacher. I don't know if you know who Tim Walz is here in America. He's my governor. He's running for vice president. And all politics aside, he started off as a school teacher, people. He went and served. Okay, so you do know. Okay, good. So, but it's like a similar story. Through service, but through family, through standing up for what is beliefs, doing it in a way that's beneficial to people and allowing them to make the choice to choose to a better way forward, not telling them how to do it, but telling them that they're allowed to live the life they really want to live without judgment, without worry, and stuff like that. And that's a hard line to toss between the two things, and if you want to get things started, I'd start thinking about volunteering at whatever political party you subscribe to. And I don't care if you're a Trump supporter or if you're a Kamala supporter or if you're somebody else's supporter. If you truly believe in the tenets that they have given you and the things that you believe that they represent, and you truly believe that that is the right way forward, and as long as you are doing that in a healthy way that is for the benefit of all, not for one, Right, and that's why you have to wait for the retirement stuff first, because right now you don't have that time. But when you're ready to retire, you're going to have all of the time you need to go do that work. But you got to finish up what you're doing already. You finish up this work first before you're ready for the next. Yeah, exactly. And I know you know most of that already. Damn straight. I could see it. I really could see it. I really could see it. I don't think you should say that that's not a possibility. I can so see it. But you also have to remind yourself of what you've lived through and what you've been through, and whether or not you would be a catalyst candidate at best. That some of the things that might be in your past that you had to learn to get through, and even though you're making better choices now, you didn't always make the best choices. Yeah, but whatever. At least you get one term to make a difference. If one term is all it takes, buddy, to change the world. I mean, look at what's happening in our current political spectrum right now. People are trying to make a choice between, do they want a government of inclusion or do they want a government of exclusion? Do they want a government that adheres to the rule of law or ignores that rule of law? No matter what you personally believe in or who you think is right or wrong in that situation, you have a moral code. You know what that moral code means to you, and you know what that moral code means to the rest of the world. You have to be willing to stand up for your beliefs, even in the face of when everyone's telling you you're wrong. I do not like Donald Trump in any way, shape, or form. But if I don't give him the room to speak his truth, then there is no true democracy. Without there being the two sides of the coin, there is no democracy. You can't just have Republicans in charge or Democrats in power. It's always going to be a mixture of those things, because that's the way America was designed to be. We're the melting pot of the world for a reason. The reason we are a very young democracy and still coming, and we're coming to this tipping point in America where we're trying to choose, is this democracy worth it or not? Or do we want to go back to the rule of law of people like kings and dictators and stuff like that? What kind of a world do we want to live in? Do we want to live in a world of choice and change and embracing, or do we want to go back into a place of divisiveness and being against your neighbor, not trusting your neighbor, not trusting the people in your lives again? And no one wants to live in that world. I don't care who you are, no one wants to live in that world. No one wants to live in a world of crap. Everyone wants to see the world get better. Even the people who believe the way Trump believes believe that that is the way to make a world a better place. Because they believe if they were following the tenets of Jesus Christ and they were believing in the tenets of a true faithful following of that this world would be a better place. But they're not doing anything that they say those tenets represent. You can't say you want to live up to the tenets and not live the tenets yourself. You know? You can't preach hate and say you're for love. That's the trick of what we would call the devil. The greatest trick the devil ever played was convincing the world he didn't exist. And the greatest answer that God ever gave was, yes, you are. You're right there. And I see you and know where you're at. That's a great gift of God. And faith and belief and all of that stuff. You know? And it's a hard line to toe between faith, politics of the world, and making a change. You know? And the hypocrisy is real. Because if you cannot... And I say this for the Democratic thing too. They have their hypocrisies too, okay? They have some things that they need to look at in a more realistic way. I love a lot of this joy. I love a lot of this enthusiasm, yeah. But we have to bring it back to a place where we can live in that society where both parties get what they want. That's the true brillianceness of America, you know? Yeah, as I say, just do what's right. Yeah, do what's right. You know, we all know right from wrong. We all know when something feels icky and feels like it's, like I said, the reason there's such a good evil debate in the world right now of who's good, who's evil, is because we are very split in that as a society and as a world. You know. Yeah, exactly. Two lefts make a right, and eventually the circle returns. Eventually the Republican Party will return back to a more normal understanding of who they need to be. Right now they're lost because they are following somebody who's giving them the wrong direction. Now, whether that direction is right for the country or not, I will leave up to the voters to decide. Of course you can. I'm not ending it. I'm just talking. Yes, I'm always free after stream, baby. Whoever you are. My wife's over here, though, if you're flirting with me. Yes, I'm free after stream. So as long as you're willing to wrestle my wife for me. She might too. Fuck, watch. She's going to be there with us. Oh. You're welcome, Monkey. Hopefully I'll see you here again. It's good to be talking with you. I'm glad we could have this opportunity. Go watch that VOD and take it little by little. You know, don't try to do it all at once. Just give yourself, understand a little bit, give yourself a break, and then you know, take it in slowly. Because I think that's how you would, you know. Hey, I've got my first hype train in a long time. We've got a 5-bomb. Welcome, everyone. There you go. Please thank Boogers for that 5-bomb. We have a hype train, a level 1 hype train. Whoop, 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 whoop. Thank you so much for the gift subscriptions. Thank you for gifting free ads for everyone for the rest of September. Oh, are they going to love you? And you save some money doing it. Thanks. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the wonderful gift you gave to my community. I truly, truly thank you for that. All right, go to work. All right, future governor. Remember that when you're in power and stuff like that. Remember that, okay? Uh-oh, I might be frozen. Let's see, am I frozen? Did I drop a frame or two here? Oh, nope, I'm good. So, Chrome, welcome to the reading room. Welcome to the reading. Oh, we're at a level 2 hype train. Excuse me, level 2. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. That made me feel good today. Thank you for that. Hey, it's an early birthday gift for me. More people I get to help. Yay! This is what brings me joy in life. This is what brings me joy in my life. This is what makes me happy. Doing this. This is what really makes me happy. Chrome, to the reading room. Chrome, to the reading room. Get your butt in here, you little soul. All right. Whenever you're ready. Numbers question. Getting the cards in the right spot, as always. Okay. Do you have a question or just a general? I think you're typing. Okay. Here are your 2 official shuffles. 1 and 2. And the 8th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8th card is, will I find a good place to live? All right. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Yes. Okay, so back to that question at heart there, Chrome. You want to know if you're going to find a good place to live. Yes, you will find a good place to live. It will be more of an embracing environment for you. I think that where you're currently at, I understand that you want to kind of escape that environment, but you're currently looking for a more embracing environment. I think something that's a little bit more your community style, or kind of a little bit maybe not so busy, a little bit more country kind of a deal, kind of in between country and cities, where I'm kind of feeling you'll end up there. And I think a little bit more, you need more of the farther away from the busyness of the world. That's kind of where I'm feeling like you're heading towards there, Chrome, and embracing that part of that peace that you need, because you've had enough chaos, so you're seeking out the peace and serenity of it. So I want you to think about things like maybe, I don't know what kind of home you want, but maybe start to think of something like a mobile home, or a place where you're a part of a community that feels lively and healthy and stuff like that. Because I think what you're looking for is that community where children still play in the streets, where neighbors still talk to neighbors, where people ask for the cups of sugar and tell me how you make your lawn look so nice kind of an area. And you're looking for that community that's tied to faith, political party, or how you generally view the world, and to live in that community. And finding out where that spot is yes, I believe you will find a good place to live, but you're still trying to get past some of the boundaries that are kind of already in the way there, because you're trying to break free of some of those preconceived ideas of what an area looks like, you know. And we just finished a hype train, guys. So enjoy your hype 1 train level emotes while they last. Thank you for your support. But Chrome, it's about that place that you're gonna build. Like maybe even thinking about building a home, like buying a piece of land and building a home and saving up for it. And I'm not talking about mansion. I'm talking simple, very plain solar, already tied into back to the earth again, something that's on a well where you don't have to pay for anything, you know, take the stress of it off of it. And I think that's kind of what you've been looking for, kind of that thing. But I think you might want to think about investing in land and building on top of that and creating the home you're looking for. That's what I'm really feeling coming for you. But I kind of think you have to build up some of that normal wealth first, and to get the ball rolling in that effect, to start to save a little bit, and hopefully everything works out the way it's supposed to work out with America, because if they can do it, then the rest of the world's going to come along and do it as well when it comes to building those new homes in those new places. Okay? But that's up to the voters of our country to decide how they want our country to go forward. And you know, as much as I want it to be one way, I know that we're a melting pot of a lot of different opinions here, and we'll just have to say who wins out on the better opinion of the day. And I hope it's one way, but I can only hope. I know who I'm going to be voting for. I know what kind of a world I want to live in, but that's kind of what you're doing too, Chrome, is that where you're building that part, understanding that maybe the thing that you haven't had yet is you need to find out where your foundational place is, where you can set a new foundation and then build around that. That's why I'm saying maybe it's time to think about building a home or finding a place where you could move your home to someplace, you know, maybe even. And the depression card is never about depression. My cards are very rarely ever what they say they are. It's about you choosing to see your world in a brighter way. It's about you choosing to see the light shining into your world rather than seeing the clouds cover that world up. So you might not have to go very far to get what you want. It might be, I think you're 25 miles away from where you will end up. That will be exactly what you need it to be. Enough distance away from the city, a lot more serene, a lot more down. I'm thinking southwest, kind of more hilly, grassy tree area, wherever that might be around, a little bit more drenched in nature rather than city life, you know, kind of like a small township kind of stuff, small town life kind of a deal. And you're trying to find the right ingredients in where you want to go to. So you're looking at all these little different other things that are going on right now there, Chrome, and kind of finding all the right parts to say, okay, this place has the community I'm looking for. This place has the blah, blah, blah I'm looking for. It's open. It's everything I need it to be. But I still feel like I'm independent enough to be able to come and go and do the things that I want to do next. And that's where I'm feeling for you. So I do believe that is on its way for you. Yes, I do believe you're going to be going to answer to your question is yes. You know? But it's kind of something I think you have to create. Or at least find the right ingredients that match as close to that soup as possible. Because we all know recipes never work out exactly the way you put. You can measure everything out to within an inch of its life, but you still, every once in a while, a grain or two of salt doesn't get in there. Something always misses up a little bit. If you're a true chef, you don't take measuring cups, you go in your little soup there, and you go and say, how does it taste now? So that's kind of what you're doing, you know? So you're just looking for the right ingredients to match the recipe. And once you find the right recipe that matches the right stuff, blah, blah, blah. So I would check in the southwest part of where you're at right now, southwest, more towards that serene place, close to the city, but not so far, not so far out of the city. But I'm not talking about let's go to the deepest part of the woods and, you know, and take ourselves out of society here, okay? That's not going to help you. No, that's just going to make you feel lonely, sad, and wanting to move back to the city in a year after you move there. That's what that's going to make you want to do. And then you'll be like, oh, well, at least this is where I really belong. No, You're trying to find that happy medium in between. And it's a hard thing to try to find because not a lot of us can. I live in a community that's kind of like that. Here in Circle Pines in Minnesota, I'll just use my community as an example. It's about 15 miles out of the city. It's not quite country. It's close to a lot of things, but it's a lot more serene, a lot more wooded area. This area has a lot of children who like to play in the streets. They have baseball fields nearby and schools nearby and fire and police are nearby. It's a very safe, secure neighborhood, and we live in a community of trailer homes. So low-income people who understand what it means to fight for everything that they want to get in their life and stuff like that. And you've got to find the right ingredients that match the right kind of recipe. And as you start to check off every part of that list, you're going to understand where that part is. And that's when you need to start looking in that area. So when it feels like that, that's the area you need to start looking in for your new home to go to. Okay? Good? Mocking Mystic to the reading room. Mocking Mystic to the reading room. You know? I saw Lyra come on today. And Guidance is on. Oh, you know who I have to shout out some of my friends here. Oh, fuck. I goofed that up. Never mind. Give me a second. I gotta fix that. You're not supposed to be pressing enter after that. No. Alright. Oops. My bad. You're next, Mocking. Why don't you throw me your numbers in your question? I want to shout out someone real quick here, and then I'll get back to it. Here's an extremely good reader I like to promote a lot. So go check out a couple of these readers if you haven't before. I know you know about Lyra, so for anybody else out there who doesn't know my baby, Lyra. And, you know, I have another person who's going to get better soon, but I'm going to let them do their thing for a while. They've got some healing to go do first, you know, and I'm not going to say who that is yet. Okay, here's. All right, and then that'll be it for now, and then we'll do more later. All right, guys? So thank you guys very much for coming in here and being a part of my stream today. I am probably going to be ending after this reading here and kind of going and ending my stream for today. So give me a second. I'm having a little bit of computer lag here. Give me a second here. All right. There we go. All right. So I hope the lag is gone now. All right, let me get to do it. Let me clear your cards off there, Mocking. And what did you want to know today? I see the numbers. What did you want to know? Maybe I have to page up a little bit. A love reading. Okay, got you. You want a love reading? Got you. All right. Yeah, I just had to go look up. Get him in the right spot for you, Mocking. Yeah. I know what you meant. All right, they like it here. So we got 6 and 54. So 6 shuffles. Here are your 6 official shuffle, Mocking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, and you said 54. Coming right up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 50, and the fourth card is now 1, 2, 3, and the 54th card is now on top, my friend. What is coming for you in love? All right. So here we go with what you need to know. You can just pull the card from below and minus the 54th card. Now, I like to do it that way because I have 84 cards in my deck, so I'd have to start from 84 and count backwards. I'm not good at counting backwards. I'll try to think of that for next time, though. That's just how I've always done it. I like counting out the cards because I think it kind of puts, because when it's in that specific position it needs to be in, you know, if I count backwards, I'm asking the universe to reverse what it's telling me. I'm a forward thinker, not a backward thinker. So that's why I tend to do shuffle as forward, not backwards. Now, if we're talking about more deeper inner stuff, that's different, okay? So let's get to the love reading, though, okay? So what's coming up for you in love? Decisions, times to be made. You're done waiting around for it to find you. It's time to go find it. That you have to decide what way you want to meet that challenge going forward. What path do you want to start to go down now? You have to use your logical and emotional mind, the difference between reality and dream together as one, so that we can make a choice of how we want to move forward and what's coming for you in love. So we're meeting up with our soul again and saying, what do I need? Not what do I want? Because we all want something in this world, but you're not trying to meet the want anymore. You're trying to meet the need. So that's kind of what's coming for you in that, is that you're ready to make that choice that leads you to that need. How you get there is still your choice. You can be determined and overcome some of the last little obstacles, the things that keep you from the happy life that and love that you want in your life, the last little things you have to work on for self, and there are not that many left to work on, and just accepting some of those things that you can't change for now and shouldn't have to change for now. You know, because the person who loves and accepts you will love you because of those things, not in spite of those things. And moving forward and overcoming those obstacles, but resting and allowing that to soak into your life. Or you can do it the easy way by setting yourself up a goal. I'm going to start getting out to the clubs. I'm going to start putting myself out there. I'm going to ask the pretty girl or guy out on the date. I'm going to risk my heart. I'm going to risk being hurt in order to get the result I want. I'm going to do it when I feel it's the right time, right place, right moment to do so. That's the easy path. You know, it's not going into the club and dancing with the pretty girl and maybe taking a chance that something will happen after the party, right? Or are we going to find an unseen way path forward that's a little bit of both worlds, but it's still you getting past that unconfident level of that you are ready and deserve the kind of love you said you wanted in the first place, because you are trying to remind yourself what you deserve and allowing yourself to allow that to come into your life, because you are a beautiful person, because you have done the work, because you have done all of this stuff. You're already everything a person needs them to be. You're just trying to find the person who sees that. And then we spark with the connection, and that connection turns into love, and that connection turns into the relationship and the kind of love that you have been seeking. But you've had to work on that inner love for a long time, Mocking, and now that you're finally getting to that point where you understand that inner love, and now you want to share that inner love with somebody else, you are ready to create the very thing that you have been looking for. Your spot in the soil is opening up. Your field that you are ready to plant in is what you're getting ready to do. So you have to stop overthinking about what you need to do, and just go out there and do it. Do what feels right. Do what feels in your heart. Do what feels what you know you actually want in a partner, and start seeking out those places, and those places you want to find that love. You know? So love is on its way, and it's coming your way, but you're still working on creating that moment to happen yet. When we get to that creation moment, then we'll be able to plant seeds that could grow into a relationship, into love, into marriage, kids, the works, and everything else that you want, Mocking. You know? But we have to start in that soil first, plant the seeds in the soil, and let that love grow, like all love does. Now that you are not letting people tell you who to love or how to love anymore, that you've taken the control back into your own life, that you've stopped listening to the naysayers, even the own voices in your head that tell you that you aren't worthy of this. Now that we've stopped and cut off all the spider webs that stopped us from living the life we want, we pay attention to the fire that is in front of us, and we grow that love. So yes, love is on its way. Love what is coming for you in love. It's taking that control back, your destiny in your hand, by choosing someone because you see their soul for who they are, and you see the beauty of them. And all you want to do is share your journey with them. It will be easier this next time that when you find this person, it will be the easiest relationship you have been in your entire life. And you will really, really recognize that all that work that you put in was worth it. Okay? So understand that you're almost there. You just got to get out there a little bit more. And start fanning the right fire you want to be fed in this world. You know? And that's your answer. Huh? You got this. You're ready for it. You're just waiting for the moment when you meet the right person, the right soul. You're just looking for that person. Sing with your heart song. Sing with your whole soul out to that person that is your soulmate. They will hear you and come find you. They will hear you and come find you. It's time they found you instead of you find them. I don't care if I'm right or wrong. You know what you want, and you have to be okay with receiving the gift of somebody. You have to open the gift to see what's inside, but you pretty know what's inside. I knew I was getting a Voltron or something I really wanted for Christmas, but I still had to open the socks first. Okay. If anybody else wants one last reading out there, I'm here for you. I'm going to go say hi to Lyra real quick, or Guidance, or somebody else. Maybe we give Lyra a break today and go say hi to somebody else for a change. You want to go to somebody different for a change? I could take you to Guidance. He's an extremely gifted young man, a very, very connected young man. He has a very similar way of going about, but he has a softness that I don't have. Okay, I'm a rough, gruff, I'm going to put it in your face kind of he has a better way of doing the tough love without being the rough, gruff, in your face kind of person. So I think I'll take us there for today, because I visited Lyra a lot this week, and I think I need to give her a break. Every once in a while, I'll still pop in her stream and say hi and stuff like that. But, I got to support other people too, So Neener, neener, boo, boo. So, but, you know, if anybody has any other questions or something that they would like to be answered before I do that, yeah, until I start to say, okay, it's time for us to go raid. So I'm just going to take a look at to see who's out there in the old world of Twitchy land right now and just make sure I've got all the right ducks in my row. Make sure he's still streaming too, because I don't want to go take you someplace there he ain't at. What did you? I didn't see what you said, monkey. Yes, Darth Vader really is my father. Doe. Peace. Yeah. Well, no, Darth Vader isn't your father. Anakin Skywalker is your father. Have a good one, monkey. Best of luck to you. Hope to see you again. Thank you very much for the kindness that you spread to my community today. I truly appreciate that. I don't think he's still on. I don't think he's on anymore. Okay. Oh, nope, he's still. But he's not doing readings. He's doing something else. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, he's playing a video game. So he's not doing readings. He's playing video games. I want to take us somewhere. A reader. I usually try to take us to a new reader or someone. And I'm not seeing any of my other people out that I would like to go see. So I guess it's Lyra after all. All right. Well, I guess we're going to go to Lyra again because I don't have any other place to go to right now. So we'll go there. All right. I love her. She's a very awesome, beautiful soul. I know she's got her own gifts and stuff like that. Yeah, I will read Discord after. No problems. Okay, guys? So I'll go check on that real quick to you as soon as I get off there. All right? So give me a second, and as soon as I raid out and say hi and stuff like that, then we'll go do that, okay? All right, so... Whoop. What'd you do? Get off the stream or something? My computer. Get off of my screen, you stupid thingy. All right, guys. All right, I am going to get out of here for today, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Happy Labor Day to all of you beautiful people out there. I hope you go enjoy this last day before school, and I will see you guys on a different day tomorrow. We'll see you guys then. Love you. I'm going to put out my new song here today, Awaken the Power, on my way out, so I hope you enjoy, guys. Love you guys a lot. We'll see you then, all right?
Doors open to the world I see before me. I open up the dream that once was inside, and I unleash the power that I hold inside. No darkness can hold me, no light can hold me back. I am the crash in the ether, I am the power of my path. Secrets are bound to me by time and space alone. The gift of the gods is now untold. I walk through the I see the